Humidor, one half of the Rollin Humidor, and today we got a special guest.
What's up, guys? It's Mike, the owner of Reverence Bourbon, founder in Reverence Enterprises, and today, man, we got a great guest, man. Yes. A very personal guest for my estimation, in my regard. He was one of the first people that reached out to me to be on his podcast, so I'm very honored to introduce our guest. And so we're gonna get going because I really want to hone in on what this guy does and what he's doing now, and to see that day I first met him to now. I was 4 years, 3 years.
Oh man, it's so much has happened.
Anywho, let's get to it though, man. So first off, man, he's a native Nashvilleian, born and raised in Nashville, Tennessee. Served as a U.S. Peace Corps volunteer in Paraguay. A formative experience that also led him to community building efforts in Costa Rica, China, and the Philippines. He is the curator and the host of Deep Dish Conversations, an online interview series podcast conducted over pizza. This show brought Nashville leaders and community members together for honest, brave discussions about racism, housing, policing, poverty, and what it means to build a better city. He also published a book in 2023, released Deep Dish Conversations, Voices of Social Change in Nashville. It's a curated collection of standout interviews that he did from the series. This book includes conversations with people like Judge Sheila Calloway, Tim Wise, Jorge Salas Diaz, and more, and also my wife, Christian Bugs Frazier, CEO of Pencil. Also, beyond the podcast, he's in the storytelling. He is the producer and the host of the Nashville Public Television. He also is a host of a television show, A Slice of the Community, on Nashville PBS. He is also the co-host of the Nashville Scene Podcast. So I'm gonna stop right there, man.
We can keep going.
We can keep going. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna let some more pieces sizzle, man. But we want to welcome in Mr. Jerome Moore.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
I apologize to the viewers. I don't drink or smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them rare people. But we here.
We here, man. We here, man.
And I have purchased a Reverence bottle, so I am a supporter. But I didn't drink it. I gifted it. But hey, I'm always support the homie. I'm always gonna support the family.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for getting on here, man. We're blessed to have you on here, man. And actually, because we know some things that we ain't gonna put out there, but it's gonna come out there. But let's dive into it.
Man. I want to know. Let's talk to me.
Man, I honestly, man, I love to know more about the Peace Corps.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things that, as a person that grew up right here in North Nashville, that you don't really know a lot of people in general that has the opportunity to, let alone live abroad, go abroad. And from my experience, the only people I knew was people that was in the military.
Yeah.
And that's not, that's a whole different type of duty, an act of service. And so, I just got the itch, the bug, when I was at MTSU. To like, man, I want to learn another language. I want to go abroad. I want to live abroad, but I'm broke. How do I do this?
Right.
And I didn't have nobody in my immediate community or my immediate family with generational wealth to just send me, or even the generational knowledge to even know how to access something like that, right? Yeah. And so, thank God for Google, because in my own mindset of curiosity to want to figure out how to go abroad. Mm-hmm. And so, searching, different opportunities, and most of them, pretty much all of them was like you had to pay. Yeah. I'm like, that's the hurdle. Like I don't, and I don't want to take a glorified vacation. If I'm gonna have to pay, I might as well, that's essentially what it is, right? Uh-huh. And so I came across Peace Corps, man, and it was an immersive experience, 27-month commitment to do it, and this is exactly what, and it was free, and it was through the United States government. And so I dipped my toe in that water, and I had all the, the requirements, the education, the volunteerism background. I had everything. It's just now just applying. It's very competitive, and it worked out in my favor, and I was able to go to Paraguay.
Cool.
And so that changed my life. I would not be doing what I'm doing today without that Peace Corps experience. And you leave America, you learn about one, like kind of what another country and culture is, how they view you as an American, how they view you as a Black American, right? And the American privilege that comes with being Black in another place, being a Black American in another place. So it unpacked a whole bunch of different things for me as a person who's never lived abroad, never been abroad, and being able to be immersed in a whole different culture, learn a whole nother language, Spanish, which was also just a struggle. You have to, and it makes you appreciate too immigrants that might come over to America that don't speak English and what they have to go through to figure out and navigate that. So it's like I had to go through some of those things. So man, it just changed my life up.
So my first question is, towards your time abroad.
Yeah.
What's some key things that that you got exposed to that you took back once you got back over here?
Man, Paraguay was the first experience, and then I lived in Costa Rica and Puerto Jimenez, Costa Rica. It's actually kind of where they shot like the first Jurassic Park. So I was in a very biodiverse jungle, almost Caribbean environment. And then I lived in China for 2 years, and during my stay in China, I was able to live in Philippines for a couple months too. Yeah. So with all of those, man, it really showed me, one, when we think about like our own black experiences here in America, it's very different from other people who are also black experiences, which I didn't, I was like, man, I'm thinking all black people gonna go navigating the same way, and then I'm meeting brothers and sisters that are black from the Caribbean, from the continent of Africa, from Europe, it's like they're having totally different black experiences than I'm having. I'm like, oh, y'all not facing the same type of like oppression that we facing, and they're thinking that our experiences are just based on movies. Like that is over with. And so that taught me right there, like, oh man, no wonder it may be a little difficult for us to all come together and be in sync mentally, just as being black people of the same skin color, because we all have totally different black experiences, and we know we can have different black experiences, being from the same country. Whether you grew up in the inner city or suburban or rural, you can have a totally different black experience, and that really taught me like, oh man, that's something that I don't think I would have really discovered as soon or thought about if not leaving my own black bubble here in Nashville to experience the world and seeing what everybody else thinks about me, my Americanism, my blackness, but also learning from others like, oh, this is a different type of thing. And so man, that really just opened up my mind and made me become more curious and less judgmental. Which is a difference.
So to clarify, so what they view as black Americans, African Americans, from movies. Was that, so you consider it like a propaganda?
Stereotype, right? Stereotype, right? And it's a stereotype that we perpetuate through our music and through our movies, through entertainment in general. So you can't be mad at them, right? If they see me and they think, oh, like, are you a rapper? Or do you play basketball? Or, do you do, because that's all that they see. And then on the flip side, like, we don't see a lot of like them, right? It's like, because America like dominates entertainment, right? So
I think we all grew up seeing the Feed the Children commercials. And we thought, man, Africa is like that. But now with social media, like, people like, actually, this is what it really looked like. Man, Africa look great. You know what I'm saying? So I say to say, man, like, propaganda and media is strong.
Well, that's why storytelling is important, right? That's why even what y'all do is important, because it gives people exposure, and you're kind of like a guide, right, to other people who might not have access to Reverence or the Cigars or to Nashville or to blackness or to any other topic, right? Like, you're a guide to people who might be watching in another country, right? Or listening in another country, like, oh, I didn't know that, because like, this is not the type of propaganda or entertainment that I have access to. But because now this podcast, I get a different perspective that I can think about and have an open mind about. So yeah, man, that is real, man. It is necessary.
So I'm assuming that what led you to come back, and then how can I, create platforms to have this conversation?
It was about impact for me, right? It was about like, I'm doing this work in all of these different countries, and I seen a void, like, from a propaganda, from a media standpoint. It's like, man, I see all the problems, like, we know all the like the bad shit that's going on, right? But I don't see the people like myself and others who are doing the work to combat it, like, being amplified, or even solutions being talked about. And so I wanted to come back to Nashville, where I had done a lot of work, boots on the ground work already before leaving, to like, I wanted to create something from a media standpoint, storytelling standpoint, that I can bring on people from all demographics and backgrounds from Nashville to talk about not only the issues but also the solutions to combat the issues. And man, it just took off, man. And it was just like, and it's crazy, because if it wasn't for the pandemic, I don't think it would have had the impact that it did have.
Right.
You got to think like, so I started the podcast. I got back from China right at the end of 2019. The COVID pandemic hit China before, right? So I'm like, damn, okay, I dodged that bullet, right?
Yeah. how close you to Wuhan?
I ain't that close to Wuhan.
Okay, cool.
I was in Xiamen. I was in the South. I wasn't close to Wuhan.
Yeah.
So it wasn't me.
It wasn't him.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't
And so, you know, we had March 2020, we had the tornado, and, you know, city shut down, the country shut down, right?
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic of our own, right? And so that summer, I started recording Deep Dish Conversations. And then this is how crazy it worked. I was recording at Gino's East Pizza. I wrote them a proposal saying, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. Would y'all be interested, right? If it wasn't for the pandemic, they would have had a restaurant full of people.
Right.
Because of the pandemic, right? The restaurant was closed. They was just only doing like delivery.
Yeah.
So I had the whole restaurant to myself. They allowed me to use free pizza. They was bringing in people just so they can bake the pizza for me and everything and the guests and for free.
Wow.
For free. And so that doesn't happen without the pandemic, right? And so at the end of pretty much the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, we released the first episode that we had recorded, and then it just took off from there. You know, I got a book deal with Vanderbilt, and then you got a TV show with PBS. It's like it was this time. Yeah, because I think at that time too, a lot of people was moving to Nashville. A lot of newcomers were trying to figure out and learn more about Nashville, and my podcast like centered that, right? And it had a diverse group of guests that represented different areas, different perspectives, different thoughts about what was going on in Nashville, and I was intentional about that. And I just stuck to my lane and, you know, created something that, you know, we didn't have at the time and inspired so many of you out there today to do podcasts. So you're welcome. You know, you're welcome. You're welcome. You ain't gotta say thank you, but you're welcome. But now, and then just, you know, and then that was never the finish line for me. That was the start line.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was always, okay, how can I take this and create more impact? How can I evolve? And then, you know, and do other things. And that's what I was able to do. And then especially from a business aspect, which people, you know, depending on what your goals is, for me, it was to create something that was sustainable from a business standpoint and make money and revenue and be able to continue doing that in different ways. Just based off of branding, right? And so I was able to do that, man, and till to this day, and you know, I'm forever, you know, grateful for the support, because I couldn't do it without the people, right? You know, because the viewers, the people that tune in, the live shows, all of that, and just continue to test my impact, man. Did a live show at the Bill Court, and I challenge any podcaster to really test your impact. Do a ticketed live show. I did a ticketed live show in 2023. Sold out the biggest Bill Court theater that they have. You know what I'm saying? $20 a ticket, free piece of everybody.
It's jumping on faith.
Yeah, and so but it's like, but you gotta. That's how you gotta test yourself, because I don't care how many followers you got, how many subscribers you got. Do a live show and see how many of them people turn out.
Right.
I did a live show. The Bell Court set 300. Doing a tornado, their biggest theater said like 300 people. Doing the biggest tornado, it had a tornado doing that day. So I was like, dang, you know, this might not go as well as I think, because people don't show up, especially here in Nashville when tornado come raining and stuff. But we went through with it anyway. So about 275 tickets, something like that.
So my question is,
$20 a ticket.
Wow.
Y'all can do the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
You got to calculate.
You know what I'm saying? But that's like, that's what I'm saying. That's the difference.
So was that your I've arrived moment? You feel like personally?
It was something like one of my proudest moments for sure, from like creating something brick by brick from the ground up and be able to be like, let's see what my support really look like. And when you can fill out a whole theater that you independent, right? I'm money out my pocket. I'm taking the risk and I'm getting a reward, right? And be able to get people to show out and show up, even doing like it's a category 5 tornado. People still coming up. Or I had people calling in like, man, I bought my ticket, but I'm coming from a couple counties over. Is it gonna be recorded? So when you got people like that, it's like, man, like that's how you really know the impact. And I tell people all the time, like focus on the impact and not the money up front. Because the impact will generate the revenue, and so that's what I focus on. I focus on the impact of my brand and making sure I had the impact that I wanted, and I wanted to curate for myself and also for people that was listeners or supporters and stuff.
It's dope that you say that, because how and
y'all did a festival. It's like the same way y'all use your brand to do a festival. So like like that's different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just different when you can do that. But yeah.
So when you would, going from the Peace Corps and then your book deal, talk to me about PBS.
Yeah, so I have no official background in media, production, television. I just happen to sound and look good on TV. It's just a natural given gift.
Right, okay.
Right? It's just,
Yeah.
Some people got it, some people don't.
Some people don't.
You know what I'm saying? Some people, grew up their whole lives wanting to be on television. That wasn't me. I thought I was gonna play basketball. I thought I was gonna be hooping. Right? Stop growing. It's like so many of us do.
Yeah.
But man. When I was in China, that's when I started my storytelling process, right? I was talking to different people, doing table talks and stuff like that. People going to YouTube and I did a whole Black Americans Making Their Mark series.
Right.
Like focusing on Black Americans living abroad and what that looks like. Like taking my own experiences, like let me figure this out, right?
Right.
And so I started doing that, man. And then when I got back to Nashville, I was thinking about, okay, what would be a great platform for deep dish conversations to be on, right? I'm thinking about, man, can I do a partnership with the library? Can I do a partnership with, a news station? I'm thinking about PBS too. And so I just kept tagging them, man. And they finally reached out to me. It's like, hey, man, come on in. Let's talk about you kind of doing this show and being a producer and figuring this out. Right. And so, went through the process and it was a good fit. And they took a risk on me. I majored in economics. I got a master's in business economics and a master's in education. I don't have anything to do with production of film or television, right? Yeah. And so they took a risk on me, but I had done the groundwork and I already had the leverage of having to build the brand from the ground up, right? So I think that played in my favor too. So regardless if PBS would have worked out or not, I wasn't gonna stop doing my own thing.
Right.
It would have led to something, right? And so I'm glad it led to something like as PBS right here in my own city where I'm from. Right, and so and we just took that to another level, and we created a slice of the community. You know what I'm saying? It's not a deep dish, it's a slice. You know what I'm saying? So we still kept it on brand, and now, man, it's like we do everything as a live show. 100+ people. We still have pizza sponsored at this moment by 5 Points Pizza. Last season was sponsored by Slimmer Huskies. Okay. We had 312 sponsored before, so. Man, this is one of the best things that I've been a part of and learning how to write, learning how to script, learning production, like all of these different things that we learned as kids, right? Just, writing English and communication, right? Exactly. And then being able to mold it and curate it into something different for television, right? And so I got that show on PBS and I just dropped a digital series called The Good in Us in June, which talks about me going around talking with community projects about solutions they're bringing to the city. So that was a 5-part series. Right. Went to my old elementary school, Cumberland Elementary, and did an episode with them. So man, it's been I couldn't ask for anything else. Right? I couldn't ask for more support from a city like Nashville, which has a narrative of not supporting their own. Right. Exactly. Right. And so being able to receive support and be impactful, and that's the main thing to me. I just want to be impactful. And all the awards and all that is fine, but I ain't focused on that. I focus on impact. The only award that I really want, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people may not know this. The only award that I really want, I just want to be considered. I just want a Nobel Peace Prize. If I can do enough impactful work through storytelling and impact to where they consider me to nominate me for Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, I'm gonna say it here first.
Legendary. Ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe for an athlete win the Super Bowl or NBA championship or whatever. But for me, it's like let me get that Nobel Peace Prize because then I know undisputedly I've done so much work, so much impacted so many people. To where it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a prize of peace.
Well, it's like so. I'm gonna say this first because I'm a big person on manifestation. It's not an if.
It's winning. Yeah. When I win that Nobel Peace Prize,
you know what I'm saying? So like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
like
I appreciate that.
I've seen it. 4 years ago, you had me on there. You like the question you was asking me. I'm like, man, this some high vibrational, high level.
Hey, y'all podcasters need to work on y'all interview skills.
It's very, very. I was intrigued, but I'm like, man, this man gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can see like the growth, and like I saw you with the mayor. Of course, I saw him. The first episode was my wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this legit dude.
Shout out to Christian Buds.
Shout out to Christian Buds, man. Yeah, but
Or Frazier. It's Frazier. Frazier there.
Yeah, Frazier.
Yeah.
At the time, we speaking in the past.
Nah, we're going to set the record straight.
Set the record straight.
Frazier. He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to make sure the last name is correct.
Yeah. But, man, to say you want the Nobel Peace Prize, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that's going to be probably like your biggest, I want to say testing God, but like testing your faith? I can go for that. Setting the goal.
For sure.
Like expand on that, like why?
Yeah, like because like again, like if you like, we know Martin Luther King Jr. Nobel Peace Prize winner. Like you know how much he had to do and sacrifice, right? You know,
and not to cut you off, that's the only person I know that got one. That's why, like, that's a huge.
And so
that's the only dude I know that got one.
Right, and there's a lot of people that got them, and it's like, well, I say a lot of people, but it's plenty of people. For what we know, there's plenty of people that have received it. But you know, it's only so many of them that are like well known, like worldwide recognizable. Like, oh, that person. So I want to be one of them. And so, and I know like that take, you know what I'm saying, there ain't nothing that happens overnight. That takes consistency, that takes impact, and that takes sacrifice over a long period of time. And so, like for me, like that's my challenge to myself. Like, you know, I think everybody should challenge themselves with something. And sometimes you gotta be delusional. I don't know nobody, I don't even know the process on how even that happens, right? But like I believe in myself so much, and you got to be somewhat delusional in your dreams. I feel like everybody should to shoot for something that many people might feel like is impossible, right? And so that's my challenge for myself, man. Like you said, like I know I'm gonna get there, you know, and I'm gonna get it, and then we're gonna be able to sit back and you know they're gonna rewind this podcast, like man, he called this shot 10 years ago.
You know, it's crazy as we're sitting here and I'm listening to you. In my mind, you're talking to me. Because one of the main things you just said was you podcasters get your interview skills up.
Yeah.
So as soon as I heard that, I'm like, I'm gonna get my interview skills up.
Yeah, you gotta challenge yourself. Man. You gotta like it's gonna happen overnight and repetition, right? Just like you shooting the ball, catching the ball, swinging a golf club, swimming, whatever it is. Like you start where you start, but it ain't gonna have to be where you finish. And so like even for me, it's like you look at my production when I first started to now, it's evolution. Somebody told me, hey, practice this. Be able to take positive criticism, right? You know, like and so and you know, I welcome that. Tell me what I can improve on because I want to be the best version of myself. You know, and tell me however you feel like you need to communicate it. If it's anonymously, if it's a text, if you can call me, if it's an email, like and I always respond. I always get back to people. And I appreciate that. You know, just yesterday, check this out. Just yesterday, we relaunching Deep Dish Conversations or whatever. We can talk about that later, but we relaunching it. So I'm getting my sponsorship, like one pager together and stuff, getting the business down, right? And so I didn't send this out to, you know, dozens of people, right? And so I'm talking to one of my partners, D-Lo. We finna do something. He's incarcerated right now in Riverbend. And so I'm sending it to him, right? He said, man, everything is beautiful, but you spelled tear wrong. You got it spelled everywhere else, but you spelled it tear wrong up here, right? So I think I had a T-E-I-R instead of T-I-E-R, whatever. So hopefully I spelled it right on camera. But it was spelled right everywhere else, right? And I said, man, I done sent this to dozens of people with degrees and in communications, and he's the one. He's doing significant time, right? In prison, and he's the one that caught it. And I didn't take that as a slight. I didn't say, oh man, you know, now you're looking at it. I said, oh, let me change this right now. I appreciate that because we know somebody could read that and that could deter them from giving you that money. Just because, like, man, okay, you misspelled something, and you send it to a dozen people, and maybe they was like, maybe they didn't even look at it. Maybe they didn't proofread it like you wanted them to, or maybe they didn't take a closer look. And so it's always good to have people to challenge you, to give you positive criticism, critique. As simple as a proposal to something like this is a simple misspelling to like something like, hey, maybe you can ask this a little different next time. Maybe you can speak a little, you know what I'm saying? So I always welcome that, man.
I hope you guys caught that game, man. That's a lot of game there.
Yeah, like man, it just
you drop about 5 gems.
Yeah, if you want to be good, if you want to be the best version of yourself, you have to be able to take the improvement advice that people give you, and it might not be delivered in the way you want it to be delivered, but you gotta be able to get past all of that emotional stuff. Yeah, get past all that and just take it like, man, I appreciate you but let me know, because 1,000 other people watched it and didn't say nothing to you.
Right.
So what does that say about them?
Exactly. So man, let's dive deep into it, man. You talked about your spaces.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about the journey.
Yeah.
Because we all are entrepreneurs here.
Yeah.
This is an entrepreneur platform,
right.
And people need to hear the importance of enjoying the journey, the process. Like talk about yours and like what you learned thus far.
I personally have a hard time enjoying the journey. Personally, like I have a hard time celebrating my accomplishments.
Why is that?
I don't even know. I think it's just. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't know. It's a lot of different things. We got time, right? We got time. So I think it's one of those things that I've been fearful of my own power, been fearful of my own light, and I think it's because of the environment that many of us grew up in, right? When you shine too brightly,
they want to compress you.
Not even that. People will kill you.
Yeah.
People will harm you. People will hate on you so much that they will want to take your life, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, and we've seen so many examples of this, right? Well, you know, one that everybody knows, Nipsey Hussle will probably be one of those lights, right? And and so many other leaders, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thought leaders, or whatnot. And so I think for me, it's been one of those things to where, subconsciously, it's like, man, I don't want to be kind of, flexing in people's faces or, come off as like one of them, like I'm better than you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And in a way that makes people jealous or envious, right? And so for me, I think I've internally just been like, man, I'm just tunnel vision. Like people know, they know, but I don't wanna make myself a target because of my life. And I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I'm just saying we talking about the journey and navigate. That's something for me internally, I struggle with. You know what I'm saying? Because I social media is a platform for that, right? Look, and I struggle with social media.
Yeah.
Like people might not believe this, but I usually just post stuff that's already pre-produced production. Yeah. But I'm not on there hey, go check out boom boom. Hey, I just did this. Hey, I'm not that. I don't feel comfortable doing that, and I think it's because, or I probably know it's because of the environment that I've seen and witnessed. When you shine so light, when you shine so bright, you know what I'm saying? It don't always end. And that's something I know I need to work on. But just being vulnerable, that's just something.
But I'm gonna give you something though, man. Confidence exposes the cancer of insecurities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you confident, it's like with my pH 9 to hydrate the hood. Alkaline cancer can't survive in the alkaline environment. You know what I'm saying? Your confidence eradicates the cancer insecurity. So when you illuminate a room, you walk through a room, the envies, the haters, they just insecure. Yeah. And that ain't your fault.
It ain't my fault. And I know that. And I'm confident. I know that.
Exactly.
And I know it. And that's why I know I just something I struggle with. And I think that's why I phrase it like this. I think sometimes I just be, and there might be other people that feel the same way that maybe don't know how to verbalize it, or just ain't heard nobody else say it. But it's a real thing being afraid of your own power. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it probably even more so if you're in a city or makeup like Nashville, when people may even feel even more intimately threatened by the possibility of how your power could affect their bottom line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like when you talking about the journey, that's just a few things I know for me that I've had to navigate internally with myself, and talk to other people or whatever. But it's never I'm never a confidence, because if I wanted to pop it, I could pop it. Right. You know what I'm saying? We will need so much camera, so many memory cards. And these cameras for me to pop it, we be going forever. The cameraman had to be like, "Hey, we need to put another one. I need a 256 gig." Yeah. But so it's so for me it's like I stay in my lane, and I pop it in a way of just show and tell, because the impact, the evidence is there, is undeniable. It ain't, and if you sick, I'm just gonna make you sicker. Type of thing. And so I just going see when I see you.
It's funny you say all that, because I always hear people say, "Man, how's that little podcast going? Why it gotta be little?"
Hey, and it might be little,
right? You know what I'm saying? But it's
mine. and we in Nashville, Tennessee. you know, we a big city. You know, we grew up here. Yeah. We welcome people like Mike. Thank you. Right. Thank you for coming, Mike. From Memphis, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then what I love about Memphis, though, what I love about Memphis is nowhere where Memphians go, they are proudful about Memphis. And I want Nashvillians to have that same pride and ego about Nashville. Yeah. But that's just this is side note. But I'm proudful I have ego about Nashville. That's why it's no.
Cause you know, folks in Memphis, like, man, I ain't grow up in Tennessee.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm from Memphis.
Hey, I'm saying
like it's home state.
Look, hey, and we gotta feel the same
about
Nashville. We should, and I do. But I think it's important for people to know, like, when you talking about the, you know, people love podcasts, whatever, it might be low at that time, but like you said, it's mine. And look, in a place like Nashville, you know, we now from the outside looking in, like we're a major city. We got to leverage. We got a big brand, Nashville brand that people can leverage for themselves. But man, many people here, especially if they from here, are still very, you know, small-minded. You know, mindset is limited and restricted just based on being from here, only having the viewpoint of being from a Nashvilleian, and that's where they come from. And so you know what I'm saying, like, and it's unfortunate. It's country. It's unfortunate, but it's like, you know, I give people grace because I understand. Like, I once too probably had that mindset and not knowing it. You know what I'm saying, being from here, so I give them grace. But man, look,
it's a crab in the barrel mentality, man, and you know, from my perspective. You know, it's all programmed and institutionalized. You know what I'm saying? Like we was talking about earlier, the propaganda, like what they saw in the Philippines as African Americans, we this, that, and the third based off movies.
Right.
And like that's not even the true statement. So like what we see over here, we always against each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be going at you, but like a poor person can't make another poor person or be the reason why that person poor. That's basically what you're saying. And like that can't happen. The person that's making us poor is not me or you. It's the outside.
But like, again, when you have a restricted mindset and limited mindset, like you don't know nothing else but like, okay, well, let me get some strikes off of this and talking bad about Mike or, you know, Reverence or whatever it might be. And you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate, but you know, it's just, I'm one of the people, if you trying to do something good or impactful or positive, regardless if it's the way that I would do it or not, kudos to you. And if I have suggestions, I have a code for myself. It's like, if I have suggestions, I'm gonna reach out to you personally. I'm not gonna make a post about it. I'm not gonna. That's not what I do. But if I can contact you, if I can reach you, hey Mike, you know what I'm saying? I seen this interview or I seen your branding. Man, it'd be cool if you did it. If you could do it this way, just a suggestion. But I ain't gotta go and be like, dang, man, if I was Mike, you know what I'm saying, I would have done it this way. But that's why it ain't shelling. It ain't his liquor, his spirit ain't going off the shelf like it should be, right? But it's like, so a lot of times, like, you know, we can do things a little differently as human beings, but definitely within the black community too, and all communities possibly. Like, we can just, you know, just have a code of ethics. And that's why, man, I try to stand by that whether I like you or not. If you doing something good and positive, you know, I'm not gonna disrespect you or diss you. I might tell somebody, like, I don't have to have a good relationship with that person, but they doing good work. So reach out to them. Like, I never had on another man or woman in that way. I want everybody to be great because it ain't gonna affect my greatness. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that's what I try to push personally. And that's why, you know, anybody can probably vouch for this. If you reach out to me and you ask me for advice or anything I can do, I'm gonna let you know what I can help you with, and you know, help you as best as I can. You know, it's never gonna be you trying to do what I do, or you know, that's not the type of time I'm on.
What I'm hearing is he's not gatekeeping.
Oh nah, anybody, man, look, if I'm the opposite, if anybody's the opposite of gatekeeping, it's me. It's like if people are like, hey, I'm trying to, can I get a contact to PBS? Yeah, come to the building, come take a tour, or whatever it is. Like, I send you my proposal. Like, this is what I did. Copy, paste, whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, I think for me, like, whatever I can do to empower people, especially if you're from here, especially if you're from Nashville, whatever I can do to empower you and to be great, and if there was that's in my wheelhouse, like, I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, TV, media, podcast, book, whatever it is, like, you know, I want to do. And I can't get to everybody, right? I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't help everybody. That's not the goal, it's to help everybody. But those who reach out, those that I have proximity to, Man, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
And to take it a step further, man, have the confidence to ask.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all human.
Yeah.
You know, we all, go make a living every day. You know what I'm saying?
You know, one of the biggest, I think, things that helped me is like I asked. Like, I just knocked on doors or I just sent emails. I was just like, whether you a CEO or you custodian, like if I felt like you could help me get to the person I need to reach, or what's the person I need to reach, I'm gonna send an email. Yeah. Like, and so I was just without any shame, no shame at all. Like and I think a lot of people should just do that. Put together a proposal, put together something right, and just send it. Because like, especially if you don't have any, body in your immediate community or family that can give you like the keys to just because many of us don't have those individuals that can show us and walk us in the doors. So sometimes you just gotta just knock on the door yourself, and that's about confidence and understanding. Like, you might not get a response, you might not get rejected, but you can learn something from it. They might give you some gems, or might recommend you to somebody who you really need to talk to. Right. So that's happened to me plenty of times, to where I was like, hey, my name is Boom Boom, this is what I do. That's what happened with Geno's East Pizza. You think I knew anybody? You think I knew somebody from Geno's East Pizza? Right. They just came down here too. I just say, oh, this person is the general manager. Let me type up something real good. Right. Let me make sure I give them as much information that I can in a condensed way that they can do their research and be able to make a decision, at least some type of approximate of a good decision before they respond to me. And that's how that happens. So I've just been knocking on doors, email, man, look.
And the worst thing they can tell you
is no.
Is no.
Or not respond.
Yeah. But no don't mean it's over.
That's what happened with PBS.
It means not yet.
That's what happened with PBS. I reached out to people. No, somebody gave me contact to PBS, Nashville PBS.
Right.
Had conversations, and then initially it's like, yeah, I don't think this will work for the program. Mm-hmm. That was like and I was on fire too. That was like 2020.
We're in 25 right now.
Man, I think it was like, so this might have been like September of 22.
Okay.
This might have been like September. No, 21. It was September 21. September 21. And they came back on, and you just gotta think, I was doing news interviews. That October, I just signed the book deal with Vanderbilt. So I'm like, dang, but I kept it going. They right back around in like November, December. Yeah.
That's one of the things that kind of. That's one of the things.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you know what I'm saying?
You gotta keep it.
That's one of the things that gets under my skin. I know we talked about it before going on air. I'm like, man, I'll talk to you, but hey, could I get you on? Sure, take my information and then go ghost.
Yeah.
And then I even have I understand if you have a large platform, what's your budget like?
Yeah.
I'm like, I get it. And I always tell folks, when I get to that point, and you got a budget and I got a budget, I'm going to give it to you.
Right.
Whatever, my thing is, it's enough out here for all of us for us to win.
Yeah. And it's like, I've never charged anybody to come on my platform. Right. Like, I've never, that's one, I feel like it can be a conflict of interest, because once money's involved, like, they might say, hey, I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to talk about that. Like, it can make things
real conditional,
transactional. Yeah. Like, so I never charged anybody, and I never accepted any money for anybody to come on my platform, right? And I had people that I like early on that I asked, like, hey, and they say, well, this is my budget. I'm like, I don't pay people to come on my podcast, but I respect it, but that's not what I do.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And I keep moving, and I look at them and I look at me. but like, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like in like anything city based, like, man, I do a lot of stuff like for free. Like, I don't really. My goal is to actually be so beyond my city, you know what I'm saying, to where I do everything in the city for free anyway. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal. It's like, I don't want to have to charge anybody that's in my city that's doing anything, even if they have a budget. I want to be like, well, man, take that and donate it, or just do some type of charity with it instead of paying me. That's the point that I'm getting to, and that's the point where I want to remain at, like, entrepreneurially and as a professional, to where, like, I'm getting enough money outside of the city, or revenue streaming outside of doing different things, to where I can come on any platform regardless, to now to when I win the Nobel Peace Prize, to where I can be in my city and be present, and I can be able to uplift and empower other people just by me being a part of their brand. Especially if it represents us in the same kind of core and foundation of what I'm trying to do as far as just being impactful and everything that's community centered.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I one thing that I noticed, kind of, how I want to say this, Twitch and Kick.
Mm-hmm.
That's like podcast on steroids to me.
Yeah.
Do you know a lot about that?
Nah, the streaming stuff.
Yeah,
that's different. Them are different people. I think streamers are different.
That's a different type of content.
Yeah, but in like I think I'm aged out of that. I think I'm aged out of that. Like, and I'm in my early 30s. I'm aged. There's a different generation that is doing it, or that you already got a certain celebrity that you can just hop on the Twitch platform. You already got instant followers, and you know what I'm saying, instant endorsements and stuff like that. I think that's a whole nother. If you can stream and have that camera on and just talk to the camera, that's not me. Like that's why I don't think I'm the best at social media, because I can't just grab my phone. That's not naturally the type of person I am. That's not part of my character trait. Yeah. But some people, man, they cut their camera on and be there for hours. They do for hours and just talk and figure out, man, that's a different and special type of gift. And if you do that, kudos to you, because that's just not in my will. I can be a guest and do my little segment and leave, but to have that camera on and be streaming for hours and be talking to whether it's one person or 100,000 people.
They don't just do it for hours. They do it for days.
See, I can't. I know nothing about that industry and that world, and I have no desire to do that. But that's a different business model. Yeah. Like Mike said, that's just a whole nother thing of content there. Like and I think that's a different generational thing too.
Because I tell a lot of the young folks, especially teenagers, I'm like, man, it's so many ways now to make money with social media.
Yeah.
You guys are always on your phone. Like I said, I don't know anything about Twitch or Kick myself, but you're always on your phone. You ought to get you a little account and let that phone run.
Yeah.
And see, it's just gonna take that one person to see you. You're like, hey, you look good on camera.
For real. And I'm saying, and again, when you have, I think too, and when you have people like y'all and others that have opportunities, I'm pretty sure if anybody reached out to y'all, a youth, say, hey, I want to experience, a podcast setting. Ain't nobody saying no to young kids. Right. It's like, come check out an episode. And I do it all the time. That's I know you over at Johnson. That's what I did with them. Come check out a live show. Come check out a taping, and they built on that relationship, helped them build a podcast. Right. So it's just like. I try to be as open as accessible as possible as I can be at this moment, because too, the reality is I'm not always gonna be this accessible. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that too, and I try to I be intentional. What I tell you about even doing this, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I was locked into this TEDx talk that I got October 19th. And I was like, man, I ain't really doing too much until after that. And I was like, but you know what I'm saying? After that, I know I'm probably not gonna be too accessible like I want, like I am at this moment. So it's like, well, let me go ahead and get it there now. But that's just the reality of when you grow, when you evolve,
ascending. And
when you're ascending, and and that's what I want for everybody,
Because I know of other folks out here that are in different businesses and they're entrepreneurs and they're too accessible. Yeah. So now they've even told me that, hey, I need to step back. Yeah. And I need to be not as accessible as possible.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta be a mystery. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you appear on too much. Yeah, you appear on too much of, then you taking away the lure of who you are. So so I try, and especially if you're already on television and doing stuff a lot anyway. You really gotta have a balance of okay, how much do I let people into who I am, and how much do I keep as a mystery? So when I do pop up, it's must see TV. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a good balance. But anybody, man, reach out to these guys. They got a great setup. They here. You gonna be if you're thirsty. You gonna be.
And the thing about it, though, we don't always have to have cigars and liquor.
No, I'm here.
We can just have conversation.
Yeah, I'm here.
This is just one.
No peer pressure. No peer pressure. You know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day, we're going to put some smoke in there.
We're going to put some smoke. Me and Mike going to put smoke in there.
Have it look. You know what I'm saying?
No peer pressure.
Man, we definitely appreciate your time, man.
Oh, we done? We done?
No, we're not done.
I'm gonna say, man, dang, we just getting warmed up. I might sit
No, man, you gave a lot of game, gave us a lot of insight, man, who you are as a person. Of course, you gave a little teaser, like what you got coming up, but is there anything else you want to let the viewers know what you got coming?
Look, well, I got the most immediate thing is, the TEDx Nashville talk. And like I'm the only native Nashvilleian on and this is a big lineup too, but on the lineup I'm the only native Nashvilleian on there.
Hold on, stop now. You gotta say this sentence, but by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
I'm the only Nashville native on the TEDx Nashville speaking lineup coming up October 19th. And I don't want to make and I don't want to make this about like a race thing, but I'm the only black person too.
Really?
Yeah. Which I don't care. Like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like I might be the only person of color. Now think about it. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of layers to this. But so man, if you're available on October 19th, it's a Sunday, come out. Go to my page. I got a discount. I put a discount code out for people because it's a ticketed event. It's around like $80-something. And that might not be affordable for everybody. So we got a discount link, and then if it's still not affordable for you with a discount, like let me know and we can make it accessible for you, because for me as the only Nashville native on the speaker lineup, I want to make sure that as many Nashvilleians can show up and support.
Right.
Especially with a narrative that we don't show up and support each other. I want to make sure there's no excuses. Yeah. So come out and support that. Because you might, who knows when you're gonna see me after that? Who knows?
I'm gonna rewind. I want to rewind for a minute.
Yeah.
They reach out to you or you reach out to them?
They reach out to me. Like it ain't too many things. Like at this point now, like one, I don't like have a lot of time to be reaching out to anybody, because I'm just doing so much. Right. So at this point, like 99% of the time, I'm being reached out to for opportunities. A lot of opportunities I just don't have time to do, and I send them to people that I know. Like, hey man, they maybe can do the host or moderate this. I just don't have the time to do it or whatnot. But
so. With them reaching out to you.
Oh yeah, they reached out to me. Yeah.
But where's it gonna be located at?
That's at Category 10 on 2nd Avenue, on 2nd Avenue North, downtown. Okay. And so it's gonna be Category 10. I don't know the exact address, but it's downtown on 2nd Avenue.
Okay.
October 19th. Get your tickets. Listen, when I say it's a powerhouse lineup, you talking about you got the screenwriters and directors of like the movie Braveheart and Ace Ventura. Like you got some, like it ain't nothing but heavy hitters on there. Yeah. Right? Like that's all, and it's remarkable that they all gonna be here in Nashville, and it's at one time, and then for me to be a part of it and be from Nashville and have done enough work and have had enough impact for TEDx to reach out to me and say, hey, we think you'll be great for this lineup, and the theme is about the future of joy. So it's right around. It's in my lane because that's what I want to highlight, the community good, the community joy. Okay. And so that's what I do in solutions. And so I'm grateful. I'm blessed because everybody don't get this opportunity, and it ain't so many people that I don't know anybody personally that has done like a TEDx Nashville event. Honestly,
the only other person I know from here, Joshua Monday.
Yeah. Okay, shout out to Monday. Shout out to Monday. Yeah. He did it. Matter of fact, him, Reggie Ford, I think they did TEDx Old Hickory.
Okay, yeah.
No slight to Old Hickory. No slight. But no, they were no slight, but like, no slight to Old Hickory. But like TEDx Nashville is a different thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, No slight to Old Hickory. But Old Hickory and Nashville ain't the same. Yeah, no slight though. but so like them two brothers, man, they doing with Pivot and with Joshua Monday and Quan with Pivot. With Pivot Technology, amazing. If you in technology and you in Nashville, that's who you need to go with. If you trying to do something, trying to build, because they empower too. Reggie Ford, but he got man's mental health and trauma. And his man, it's so many, and they both from here. All three of them actually, all of them from, and so it's amazing. People in Nashville that's from Nashville doing amazing things, and for me personally, I think we just need to have more ego and pride about that. Like our fellow brothers and sisters down in Memphis, because and I think that's unique and that's special, And I think that's what makes Memphis such a special place, because no matter where you are, you're going to know if somebody from Memphis is there.
Oh, you going to know.
And so I think Nashville, Nashville need to adapt that same type of mindset when it comes about being from here and representing the city.
Yeah.
And so yeah, man. So we got a lot of good stuff coming up. I do a monthly live television show at Nashville PBS. So it's usually the third of the last last Thursday of the month. And so the next one is September 25th. Okay. And so man, the cameraman messing me up right now. And so he over here talking while I'm talking. So we just gonna cut it right now. We just gonna stop it right now. No, yeah, I put him on blast. But yeah, man, I like, look. First of all, y'all put on the festival. That ain't talked about enough. Hold on, time I'm talking about. Y'all put on a festival, which you just don't wake up and say, I just wanna just do that. That take planning. It take teamwork. It take a lot of collaboration, man. So I want to give y'all kudos,
appreciate it.
So that, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, man, because, man, I really want people to understand that.
Well, let me shout out to everybody that came to PSSITA Fest, man, before we get going. But we appreciate that. But everybody that came and supported, it's a great event. And we definitely appreciate y'all, man. So,
man, but I just think, like, what y'all are doing, like, and to me, the most important part of anything that you start is the business model, right? Is the business model. Because there's a lot of people that's doing this and they ain't making no money. And it's not because they don't want to, they might not know how to.
Right.
And to me, like, when you get to the point where you can create things that drive revenue, that's when I start. That's when I'm like, that's different. You know what I'm saying? And so here we go, the real superstar. What up, baby? You know what I'm saying? Look, hey, my thunder has been stolen. You know what I'm saying? Because we all can't have a hit song to get label deals and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Music videos, and we all can't do that. And so I'm just a simple media person that I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to make way. But when you have people like Live Bree, in the whole butterfly game, we all can't be like him. And so I'm just pleading, please. Can somebody sign me? Can I do music? Can I do that? You know what I'm saying? Can I just put my toe in the water and do
hold on, remember we talked about everybody got their lane.
But I want to be a musician, because for some reason you don't really even get no respect unless you're doing music in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? I picked a complete opposite lane to do. I want to do something community. Like, what? Community entertainment. What is that? You know what I'm saying? So I need to get a Southern Girl type of record. So if anybody knows, right? I ready for you. 5. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? I want to be signed. Dang, man, it was going good at T1. I was feeling good, great about myself. I didn't talk about TV deals and TEDx stuff, but you can't compete with a hit record. What am I gonna do with that? Dang, episode over.
And they playing in the Superdome.
Man, look, I seen him perform. Man, what? I videoed in the stadium with the cats. I'm like, damn, he got a whole stadium. Yeah. I'm in attendance. Let me so bored, because I want to go on the field with him, man, because I can, be a mascot or something, man. I don't know, man. Shout out to him, though, man. Another person from the city.
But this is what we're going to do. We're going to end this episode. I'm Corey, one half of the Rollin Humidor.
And I'm Mike, owner of Reverence Bourbon. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the PSSITA Podcast.
Share, subscribe.
Also follow us on Instagram at PSSITA_podcast.
Follow them on Instagram.
And we appreciate it. I got Jerome Moore.
Hey, I'm just here now. The temperature has changed. Y'all can't read the temperature on the camera because, it's
let them know
camera.
what to do, man.
You know what I'm saying? But make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, Corey, Mike, Reverence Cigars, all of those things. And make sure y'all go download 2 Live Bree's new single, and whatever y'all can do for me.
Tell them where they can find you. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me anything Jerome L. Moore, website JeromeLMoore.com. All my socials, Jerome L. Moore. So yeah, and again, whatever I can do to support you, especially here in Nashville, just tap in with me. And then after October, if y'all see me, y'all see me. If you don't, you don't.
And on that note, peace.